Welcome to the Tone Jerks Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we have...
Kyle McIntyre. Yep, I'm here.
Got some what's news, so let's jump into it. Kyle, what is new in your world? What is shaking? What is grooving? What is good?
I got a rubberneck.
So DOD.
The DOD rubberneck, analog delay.
This is your third DOD.
Yeah.
You're kind
of... I'm in the DOD. That didn't really work.
But yeah, so this is your third of one.
Yeah. So, more recently I got that, the ring mod, the gonkulator.
Gong.
Yeah. And then this thing. I mean, this thing is like pretty awesome, actually.
It's an analog delay, rubberneck.
Yeah.
It's pretty full on. So it's way more than you kind of...
Yeah. It's got like your standard time and your repeats like you'd have on like, other delay pedals.
Yeah.
But then it's got like a modulation kind of thing going on. It has like a...
More like...
That's what like the rubberneck feature on it.
Okay.
So that's the effect.
It's not a tap tempo, is it?
It does.
Okay, so it does tap tempo and...
It right here. Yep. Tap tempo.
What's the rubber? Because you did like a video or something. Was it like it self oscillates by holding down?
Yeah, so it does like I probably should read the manual before I say.
No, fucking never read anything.
But you hold down on the actual effect.
Yeah,
the light turns red, like like it's diving like a submarine. Like it's diving.
Yeah,
and then it like goes. It'll just go crazy.
Yeah.
So it depends on what setting you have it on. It'll like, I think it. Sometimes depending on what I had it on, it would slow half the tempo down. Like
okay, cut it in half.
Cut it in half, yeah. And then other times, I think because I had this little adjuster knob right next to the switch.
Yeah.
Which actually was like it glows through that. It's like depending on if it's red or green, it shows you where you're at.
So it has like a bunch of knobs plus like these little smaller ones by each switch.
Yeah, the little adjusters. Man, this thing's great.
It's full on. You got it for like what, Black Friday deal?
Yeah, I got it for $100.
Dang, that's pretty sweat.
Yeah. So
they're like discounted now at $150, but so you got it, $99.
Yeah, and so I've been looking at them for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new $250 is what everyone lists them at.
Yeah.
See if some idiot buys it, right?
Yeah.
And buying used was like $170, and then on sale it's $150 at some places. But from it wasn't from Harman, it was from Pro Audio, some random website. Yeah, which was cool. They sent me one, but they loved me so much they sent me another one.
And then they charged the card too.
Yeah, they did charge me. Yeah.
So you bought two.
Yeah, I bought two. So
you're looking to get rid of the other one, probably.
Yeah, we'll see. Move it. It's hot. So.
Oh, you can be one of those the cool kids. You can be like a flipper.
No.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
No, I'm
not going to do that.
I didn't know a lot of people bought like Black Friday things to flip.
Just to flip, play them, enjoy the pedals.
Play this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, so you got one new mint in box. You could just hold on to it and maybe it's going to increase in value.
Yeah. But I wouldn't.
Be like
I wouldn't do that.
A comic book or something like that.
The ethics in that, like one of my friends who wants to buy it, let's say, I'm not going to, they're going for $150, so I'll sell it to you for like $140.
$9.95.
Yeah. People do that. I wouldn't do that to a friend.
Yeah. Or like,
even to anyone, like I don't think I don't know. That's fucked up.
Just like get what you paid for.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's not like I'm living off this.
Yeah,
you gotta bust my ass so I can buy this stuff.
Yeah, you got a job, so you get that day job, so you can get the cool stuff.
Yeah,
nice. So you're digging it so far?
Man, it's cool.
It's a good sounding analog delay.
Yeah,
I have to get my mitts on it.
I'll let you play it, maybe.
Well, I'll let you look at it, maybe.
Yeah. See.
Can I see that?
See.
It's over here.
See with your eyes, not your hands. Go. Hay's for horses. I'm serious. Oh, hi, serious.
I'm Kyle.
I thought you were Brian.
Jesus Christ. What else you got?
My favorite beer is back in town.
Oh, yeah. And we're...
The Brews are back in town. Okay.
The Brews are back.
They've been hanging down at Groundswell's.
Yeah. What do you got?
So it's the Undulation from Groundswell. Sipping on gin and brews. Doesn't work. Does not work. Yeah, so it's just like it's a Citra hop IPA.
IPA.
Oh, IPA.
It's pretty sweet.
It's a nice IPA. You like it rolls right off the tip of your tongue.
This shit in
Right
it.
down your gut.
Getting pissed, drinking the undulation. That's like Australian mixed with like shitty British.
You know, got a nice IPA. It's quite great.
It's shit. No, that's nice. So yeah, we're drinking that instead of the Mickey's and Miller combo that we normally go by.
You're mixing those?
What?
Whoa, dabbing intensifies.
Getting cross-faded on Mickey's and Miller. Nice.
Sinusoid cables came in.
Yeah, so that we talked about those.
Yeah.
And they came in.
Yeah, and then they're, just what I wanted.
They're beautiful. They're sweet.
The doctor ordered.
Which one the doctor or Kyle?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper ordered.
Yeah, so I have that aux cable and then 2 XLRs.
Yeah.
Both with Tech Flex.
With the Tex-Mex on them.
The Tex-Mex Tex Flex.
With the Chex Mix on them.
Yeah.
What was your favorite type of Chex? Did you like that cereal?
Was it yes, I loved it. Was it
there was corn, there was rice. There's wheat.
Yeah, corn, rice, wheat. You just mix them all together, and that would be that's like baller move right
That's
there.
my Chex Mix.
Yeah. It's the fucking original. No one ever did that.
And then you dump a cup of sugar on it, and boom, ready to go.
Then you just might as well have Life cereal.
I like that a lot.
Life cereal had like the crystalline sugar crystals inside the. How'd they do that?
I don't know, but they're so small. Like the boxes were so small. I think we've talked about it before, but it's worth talking about it again.
They're like heavy.
No, the boxes are so small that they're like the size of like, a cream of wheat box or rice-a-roni box.
They're like $5.
And they're like twice as much as the other ones.
Yeah.
God, parents would never buy those. Sons of bitches.
But I digress.
Back to it. So
okay.
yeah.
So we didn't talk about it, but planning on putting in a wiring harness.
So you got it a while back, but I think we failed to mention it.
Yeah.
Because I think we were like, oh yeah, we were gonna like do like a video and stuff like that, and
now I just want the damn thing in there.
Yeah, so just fucking put it in there. Maybe we'll shoot a video. Maybe we won't.
Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll give you some of these.
Some of Doughblaze. We could just finger guns.
Ride this.
Yeah. So you got.
I have a harness to put into my P bass.
From who?
Gun
Kyle?
Street Wiring.
There you go. Yeah, you got to mention.
Sean whipped up something real nice.
Yeah. So your show bass. The P bass. It's your hard working P bass that you had.
Yeah. Working girl.
Yeah.
Bass that I carry around with me.
So you've had that thing for fucking a long ass time.
Yeah.
And you've always it came with the S1 switch. That's just kind of like a pain in the ass. And every time like you've had to like.
Yeah. Every time I take it into the shop
to work on, they're like, oh, we're going to charge you an extra $20 because this thing's a pain in the ass. Fuck. And then
I don't even know what it does.
It makes it sound shitty.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Yeah. But like, what does it do to the signal? Like, what does it actually? What do they call it? What is it actually?
I don't. You have to look it up, but I think it's supposed to make it sound more like a jazz bass. Maybe.
Why would you fucking want that? That's bullshit, Brian.
All right, take it easy.
Okay, sorry.
Easy does it.
Take a sip on my beer.
But yeah, no. So you got a wiring harness from Sean.
Gun Street Wiring.
Do you know any of the details on it, or is it just like, hey, this is my bass?
Like, dude, this is what I do with my bass. You make something. He's like, hell yeah.
All right, cool, dude. I never use my tone knob, but I guess you should probably have it hooked up still.
Originally, I said, just, I want a volume knob. I don't want the tone knob.
You were just going to do dummy or something?
And then I was going to put a dummy knob there. I'm like, just send me the pot anyways. And then I'm like, that's dumb. Just wire something in. And because I wanted to do some, like, volume swells.
Yeah.
So I use the actual knob to do that.
Yeah, because you use volume a lot when we do, like, the band.
Softer, roll it in. And so I'm like, give me some of that, is going to be really smooth on that knob.
Something that's,
smooth knobs, makes me make my mouth water.
Knobs for the jobs.
Yeah, like corn on the cobs.
Anyway, so we're going to get that installed this weekend, right?
I fucking hope so.
Like we've been waiting on it. I think it's just been a lot of shit going on.
We got to do it tomorrow.
Yeah. So get it in this weekend. Maybe we'll do a video and put it on Instagram. Get some of that, kick-ass tent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then my last what's new. I'm just cranking these out. I
Crank this.
no, thank you, sir. I got a book from Nick View.
Okay, cool. Is
Yes.
it like a coloring book?
Yeah,
It's kinda
I
where
think
your speed, right?
I haven't even opened it yet, but yeah, pretty sure there's some things you can color. No, he started coloring on it and he wrote something inside it. So
So, Nick View, friend of the show,
Friend of the show.
former Whirlybird.
yeah, now it's called Life and Longbows
There you go.
by Nick View.
Nice. So you're gonna crack that bitch open?
Yeah,
Get
I have
your
not read. I have
ever.
not read. Yes.
Hey,
Ever.
are you gonna have your wife read you that before
Right
you go
before
to bed? Like read you a story.
She's gonna sit in a chair next to the bed
Yeah.
with like a low light on.
Yeah,
And I'm just gonna,
nightlight or something.
All right,
You're
it's
in-
8:30, Kyle. It's time for you to go to bed.
You're in your footy pajamas while she reads you that book.
Oh man, did you ever have those?
No, I think
The
I had.
onesie pajamas.
I did once. Okay, so this is a story when I was a youngster. Apparently, like I kind of do it now still too. It's you cut yourself, right? You get a scab, you pick at it and scratch at it, right?
I mean, no.
Okay, I do that a lot. Okay, fine. Then I'm the odd man out. That's what I do now, still at 30 years old. But I used to do that a lot when I was a kid. So there's one time I think must have been like I was like still a toddler
Still a little shit.
Yeah, in a crib sleeping, but I was like, I fell and I had like scraped my knees or something like that. And I had just like these scabs and I was like sleeping kind of in my crib and I just mind my own business. I like scratched them off and itching them and picked them.
Ruined your.
No, and I was like blood. I was covered in blood like all over my legs and my hands. And I was kind of like, you're a baby. You just like wipe your face or whatever. And like there's blood everywhere. And so my grandmother.
Parents think you're like Satan's spawn.
No,
or something?
my parents were out to like a movie or dinner or something like that. And my grandmother was watching me. She freaked the fuck out. She's like, "What is going on? There's blood. He's covered in blood. There's
This didn't
blood.
happen with the last one.
No, there's blood everywhere." She's like, "I've never seen that." And I didn't cry or anything. I'm just covered in blood because I'm just like, yeah, that felt good to scratch my
Yeah.
fucking scabs. So ever since like at that point, they're like, okay, we will put him in footy pajamas so he doesn't do that
So
again.
you still wear them today?
Yeah, so that's I'm wearing them right now. That's the story. Yeah, my mom, she's like, yeah, Debbie freaked out because she came in and you're like, you never cried. You're just covered in blood, scratched just like blood everywhere. And she's like, oh, what the fuck?
I remember I can only really remember wearing them like a couple times. But going out like in public.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, these are sick, dude. Look at what I'm wearing. And then looking back like a couple years later, like, oh man, that's dumb.
What a loser.
I look like a baby, and you're like, that's baby shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, you got what's new or what?
Yeah, I guess. I was going to ask that question. I'm like, do you like have like pajama wear? You don't have pajama wear, like sleepwear?
No.
No, like,
But you know what? This is what's new. I was at Walmart the other day. I don't usually shop. I was actually shopping. Stopped in the, maybe this is because I'm getting older. Picked up a fresh pair of sweatpants.
oh, I don't think I have any of those.
Yeah.
That's something I've been thinking about. You and I think are
Man.
the same wavelength here.
I wore them for the first time last night. Money. Man, it's like $1 million.
It's starting to get cold out. So it's like, okay, instead of like,
Yeah.
I want to get something that instead of like, I wear basketball shorts if I'm not wearing like jeans.
Yeah.
It's like one or the other. Either
Yeah.
you kind of
That's
like,
the same thing. I got you.
yeah. And it's like you give no fucks or you kind of give some. Anyway, it's like there's nothing in between there. Those are the only things I own. So, okay, cool. But it's starting to get cold. So I'm like, fuck. If I want to like chill out, I guess I have to wear like
Amazing.
my skinny jeans at home. It's starting to get
and
cold. It's cold.
They were like $6 for a pair.
See, that's what,
I was
that's
like,
what I.
fuck, man.
what I want.
How? Like, I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't buy those. Like, people were staring at me like, he better buy those. You better put them in the basket.
Yeah. For all like, the pain it's going to cost me of the $6 in my bank account, the pleasure I'm going to get from those sweats.
House loses.
And the house.
I don't know in what circumstance,
Yeah.
but I win.
I winner chicken dinner over here. And you're just like a fucking like champion. Like, dun 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 dun. And you're at the checkout line. You're punching like the fucking big reds off the fucking stand. Big reds. Fucking like your gift card.
It's like the worst gum.
Yeah.
Like
Fuck.
spicy gum.
We're derailing ourselves a bunch. Maybe it's because it's Friday night.
We're like going
Yeah,
Inception style.
Fuck, I don't give a shit. Favorite gum?
What's your favorite day of the week? Favorite gum? Usually something with spearmint. So I usually go with five.
Yeah,
five
me
spearmint.
too. Yeah.
But I went to a 7-Eleven the other day. They had the new mint. I think that's what it's called or something. Or cool. It's It's like lasts like 5 seconds, and it's kind of like spearmint. But it's
I used to like Juicy Fruit a bunch.
Oh god, that's
but then
the worst.
And then it dies
wow, this
real
is
quick.
gone.
Well,
the zebra gum. Were you into those tattoos?
I always wanted them, but my parents would never get them.
Yeah, I thought they only sold them at Toys R Us.
Yeah, because it's Jeffrey giraffe. Yeah,
but it's
it's
zebra.
like a zebra. So it's like they were
but
homies.
as a kid, you're like, yeah,
I make that correlation. They must.
yeah.
only
So
sell
every
them
time went to Toys R Us, which was very rare because we were poor as shit.
that's the way.
You're
That's
like,
the way it goes.
Yeah, I would try and get that. So I just stole it.
That gum. Would you
Put
stole
it in my diaper.
Yo, give me that gum. All right, fuck. Back on to it.
What's new with you, Brian?
Let's see. So I bought Johnny Ray, friend of the show.
You bought Johnny Ray.
Hold on. Johnny Ray, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Let me know about these bass strings for cheap. Under $5 from Killer City Guitar Store. It was like...
Is that Killer City? Is that Detroit? What is that?
I have no idea. I honestly could not tell you where they came from, but it was like Killer City. $5 for bass strings. They're round, wound, round core. So everybody's like, hex core, round core. Round core is the way to go. No, it's like, I don't care.
It's all about new strings.
I don't give a shit. They were $5. And so for the standard set, I was like, think it was like 105 set. And I was like, they were $5 shipped, free shipping. So I bought 2 sets. I'm like, put those on my bass. Sounds great. You know what sounds good on a bass? New strings.
Boiled strings.
Yeah. So like fucking like 2-3 year. I think I had like 2-year-old strings on there.
That's what they do. They buy a bass from Guitar Center. They take the factory strings off. They boil them,
put them right back.
They sell them, and they return the bass.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I don't know what happened to the strings. They just broke.
They just flew
All
off.
of them broke. they fell off.
They flew back home. They fell off the back of the
truck.
truck.
For the winter. They flew back home for the winter.
Yeah. So I got some of those strings. They're really cool. I mean, so far, so good. Like, I mean, first like couple days, I'm like playing them. I'm like, yeah, this sounds great. So I set up my bass up again and, set the neck and all that stuff like that. But yeah, it sounds really cool. So it's a lot of fun. It's like a lot of little things too. I just talking about other little things. I got these Dunlop flow picks. So I think I gave you one of them. They're the new ones that they came out with.
Texture on them, right?
Yeah, kind of. I think they used to be Prime Tone or something, but they're called
Tone.
Prime Tone, or they're super similar. Like they're like kind of almost like a sharp point. I'm like, oh, I just want to try these. I think I saw them like they were like on sale for like Black Friday or something like that. It's like I got the 1.5 and the 1 millimeter ones. And I was like, oh, cool. I've always wanted to try those. So I'm like really getting into those. Like those have become my go-to kind of pick.
I love sharps.
Sharps.
I love the sharps.
But yeah, I let you use one of those and ended up breaking one of your strings on the telly.
Yeah.
But they're good. It's like
I also play really heavy. So
thicker pick and I really enjoy them. So I'm like, thinking, oh yeah, dude, I'm getting really into
getting
it.
swole and working on my pecs with these things.
Picks.
My pecs.
My pecs with these picks. Anyways, that's kind of it. And one last thing that I had. So you borrowed a pedal from Johnny, the DL4, Line 6 DL4.
I don't remember that. Because I haven't played it.
Yeah, you haven't actually tried it yet. But it's been here in the Jerk Lounge, and I was like, you know what? Let me give this a shot.
Jerk Studios.
I don't think I've actually ever played one before. It's been, because ever since I was like back in the day, I was like never really into pedals. I'm like, oh yeah, this giant fucking pedal. I don't think I want to give it a shot. And then I was like, oh, by the time I started getting,
you put your pod down.
Well, yeah. So back in the day, I was like, oh yeah, it was never something I wanted to do. When you saw them on people's boards, I'm like, nah, it's fucking, I'm not into pedals. And then so when I started getting into pedals, it was like, oh yeah, but DL4 started falling out of fashion, but it was always there. It's like, okay, cool. The DD7s, DD20s, stuff like that have started to come out. I'm like, okay, cool. You have all these other options and like, 500 series, of Boss and stuff like that is all coming out. So I'm like, I never actually gave him a shot because I was thinking about it. I'm like, I had the Echo Park from Line 6.
Great pedal.
Great, which is actually like, I think all the different options you can have on there, instead of like, having 3 different presets, you have 1 at a time for the Echo Park. So I was like, okay, cool. I really liked it.
So it's in there probably.
So I know how to dial it in. I was kind of used to that kind of effect. And I was like, gave that a go this week. And I was like, man, that thing sounds so fucking good. It's like a killer pedal, and it's super easy to dial in a good sound.
That's cool.
It's like hard to dial in something bad. And like, there's no like LCD menu. There's no like, you don't have to like go into menus and screens and stuff like
fucking
everything.
Knob.
Everything's it's a digital pedal, but your knobs are analog. To go to your different presets and different types of delays, it's all like a knob. And with that, being said, I'm like, oh, easy to dial things and like punch in your presets. So Johnny had a couple sounds on there, and I wanted to see like, oh yeah, I was just like, I didn't read a manual. Well, he didn't have a manual in there. And I was like, I'm not going to look at things up. I just want to play with it. I ended up rewriting one of his presets.
Uh-oh.
So I was like, how do you do this? I'm like, oh, you hold that button down. Oh, it's already rewritten. I wrote, oh, oops, sorry.
I think it's fine.
And so it's not a big deal, but I wanted to talk about like, how liberal are you, Kyle, when it comes to fucking around or changing around like settings on like somebody's gear, like borrowed gear, like maybe even changing presets and stuff like that. So one thing I was thinking about, like, I always like kind of like talk about how like, don't fucking change my presets on my DD500. Don't try and fuck around too much with my presets on my FX8 fractal deal. And I just totally did that to Johnny's thing.
I mean,
and I don't think he's going to be mad. Maybe he will be. But I'm like, how liberal are you with that? Like, are you trying to make your own presets on things? Or are you kind of just like, if somebody's like, oh, I brought you a pedal, are you kind of like, you
I'm gonna fuck with it.
You're full board. Just like,
I'm not going to like save anything.
And the thing is, like, I guess
try not to.
A lot of pedals, like, you can't, they're not preset type of things.
Yeah.
But,
if it's like, I guess if I borrowed your fractal, I would be really, I'd be really careful. But it's like, I guess something like that, I probably would not. I'd be like, oh shit, I fucked your thing up. Hopefully you know how to get it back. Thanks for letting me borrow it.
Well, I think a lot of people like should be able to dial in their own gear back to what they had.
What I don't like is when my amp gets fucked with.
Well, and that's the thing I was going to say. I'm like, you should be able to dial that back in how you want.
Yeah, it's true, but I still get pissed. Doesn't mean I can't be pissed, Brian.
All right.
One, someone's messing with my baby.
Somebody's my babies.
My precious
tone. Yeah.
So sometimes, like, that's bullshit. That pisses me off.
Yeah.
But I can see, like, one, I don't want you to sound like me, so please.
And then the thing, too, is, like, especially if the person's letting you borrow the stuff.
Yeah,
but if you're at a gig, I think, let's say, like, we don't really have that happen a lot, but if you're, like, borrowing somebody's amp or whatever, you're going to kind of do everything to get...
It's usually the other way around, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's usually the thing. It's like if I had, like if we're playing a show and let's say like you have your pedal board too, it's like that like, okay, cool for bass and my head blew out or something like that.
Yeah.
You'll borrow somebody's rig and just go, get a flat EQ and just mainly use that as volume and then use your pedal to do most of the work.
Get those sweet, sweet tones.
But if somebody was like, oh yeah, cool. Hey, Kyle, I have my like, Mesa Boogie, 400 plus, like a bass amp head that like you've wanted to try for a while.
Play that.
Try it. I'm like, would you just kind of like? And they're like, hey Kyle, just check it out. Would you just fucking go to town and just like change everything?
I'd ask first, especially if they were there.
Yeah.
And then take a picture of the settings,
and then to move it back if you needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was something that kind of came to mind. Not really a topic, but it was like something that I'm like, sorry, Johnny.
Oops.
Because he had like one of the presets was a really crazy thing is that you hit it and it was like and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Gotta delete that.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, fucking I got there and I changed it to something more usable, like it just like kind of analog delay with like tap tempo or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of moving things around. I'm like, how do you save stuff? Hold that. What? Shit. Oh shit, I just I'm like, you push 2 buttons to save a preset.
Yeah.
Whereas in the fucking DD500, you have to push this. Go back here.
He's not going to have to Lewis and Clark that shit to
Yeah.
find that tone again, Find the great passage to the tone.
Lois and Clark.
Lois and Clark. Did you watch that show?
And we've talked about this fucking stupid
I
joke. Let's get back into it. All right. So I had a topic, actually like a legit topic, that I wanted to talk about, that DL4.
Yeah.
It's pretty good size pedal, those Line 6-4 pedals.
It's like a foot wide.
Yeah. They're fucking football field long. They're big. And we've done this before. To small pedals.
Oh.
I wanted to do
flipping the lid here.
A pedal board of big pedals, your Mondo pedals, not the mini boys, micro pedals. We want the big pedals. And I wanted to do something that's not like a supercomputer. Don't like, be like a douchebag and say like, 1.6 Helix floorboard. We obviously know that this thing's pretty big. It does a lot, but it's pretty big. And, just for the sake of it, just don't say DL4 or something like that, because like that's the whole point of this topic here. So I wanted you to think of a usable pedal board that you would use, but a big one. The biggest pedals that you can think of. Like think you have like a PT3, PT Pro, whatever. And then somebody says, fill this fucker up.
All right.
What you got?
All right. So for weight and add a little bit of weight to this. If I want to fly somewhere, I want like the people behind the desk to be like, "Whoa, you have to pay extra to."
Well,
ship
we
this.
need to you better have your boys like
You better lift with your legs.
Weight belt and lift with your legs. Team lift on this one.
Damn it. The Russian Big Muff.
Yeah, there you go. Those
It's
are
like a 5-pound pedal, maybe.
Those you could fuck somebody up with those.
Beat the shit out of
Put
somebody.
you in fucking traction picking that thing up.
Alter Ego, the 4X. Is that the X4?
Alter Ego.
Yeah, it's TC.
Okay.
It's a really wide pedal. It's a bunch of delays in there, I think.
Okay, yeah, that kind of goes against the supercomputer type.
Oh,
but no,
God.
actually, you know what? There's no fucking LCD. Let's just say no LCD. You're
Wait,
good.
didn't have a.
You're good. You're good. So fucking.
I think I would have to go with a Moon Canyon.
Yeah. Okay.
Those things are huge.
So, yeah.
Like
what is that again?
Fuck, I don't even know.
There you go.
It's a lot of like.
It's a big motherfucking pedal with a brain on it.
Take my word for
or
it.
no, a moon on it. Yeah, they have a moon on it.
Yeah.
Because it's Dr. No,
Dr.
right?
No.
They have a bunch of weird pedals.
Yeah, but there's some stuff I want. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck this. I don't want to know. I
should
just
get
want it.
one of those turd fuzzes on there too. That's a big old
Are
turd.
they big?
I think
I
so.
think they're just tall.
I think, yeah, it's just a big old deuce.
All right, fucking add the turd fuzz.
I got room.
And then, wait, if we're on Dr. No, he's got that wah pedal, the Roadrunner, I think it is. It's like longer than your regular like Dunlop wahs because it's got wings on it.
It's got wings.
So yeah, fucking put that one on there.
Looks like a Captain America wings or whatever he has on his helmet.
Yeah.
Put that on the pedal.
Yeah, exactly. I got to put a Morley pedal on there.
Yeah.
Those have like a obnoxiously large footprint.
Like that like metal one that you have or whatever.
Huge. It's like another like inch and a half on each side of like a steel plate, and then you pop it open. There's like one circuit board in there that's like so spread out.
See, it's got leg room for days.
It's got a city spread like the suburbs and shit. There's like
yeah.
so there's urban sprawl in there. It's crazy. An RE20. I mean, I gotta have
A Boss, yeah.
a Boss pedal, and then I gotta have a slicer
Okay,
in
yeah.
there.
That's Boss Slicer's a fun pedal. RE20, I've never actually played one, have you?
No,
But I really want to.
I fucking want one, but you know, probably better than an RE20. Just put the Space Echo on there.
So cross out the RE20, put a real Space Echo
put a
on
real
there.
Space Echo.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a pedal. You gotta kneel down and turn it on though.
Yeah, you could probably flick it on with your foot.
Fucking break a knob off. Shit. And I was thinking, why not? We're already in this. We're getting big shit. Might as well get the amp from Milkman.
Oh, the one that came out.
Amp.
It's like a preamp, like DI amp in a box, like a literal amp in a box, like amp in a pedal, because you can power cabs and shit like that. It's like kind of all in one. So that's like kind of almost like a pedal board, if you were gonna do a Helix, but
Yeah.
in a bigger, heavier, like less convenient way. That's the way to do it because you have your DI right there and everything too. You can go straight to the board with this.
And then a Ditto X4. That's kind of the computer thing, but
It's fine. Like I said, there's no LCD screen or LED screen, whatever.
it's LCD, LED,
They're both.
crystal meth, was it?
Crystal meth screen.
And then I want a Mondo to power those individually. So I want one cable so I want like 8 or 9 Mondos.
8 for each one.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing the amp is actually probably AC power.
I think so.
So, I mean,
Those are
I'll just have
cool.
an extra Mondo under there if I want to,
I actually haven't seen a lot of those on people's boards. I wonder if they're kind of like trickling those things out. I wonder if they're like
I've seen them posting them recently.
Damn.
Well, we played one. It was kind of cool, but we also got yelled at by the dude.
Yeah, we got shushed like a Mondo shushed. The biggest like.
Yeah.
It's like
Fucking pencil mustache dude.
shush this.
We were the unshushable.
All right.
So that's my garbage board.
No,
yours?
it's good. I got some other big pedal mentions on mine here. Gonna go with it. Homeboy, known and loved, Canalia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna boy Shawnee with that lollygagger. We're gonna go with the Canalia. And
That's
then,
a big pedal.
Yeah, I think it's known for being big, fucking
Large.
It's big and beautiful. And then from Wrought Iron Effects, I was gonna go the Wiley Boost Deluxe.
Fuck yeah.
So it's the bigger one that has like 2 of the fucking like stomp switches. I think it's like a germanium and like 2 boosts in one.
You gotta get the Kyber fuzz too, dude.
Yeah, throw that on there. Boom, throw that on there too. And I was gonna go with the Deluxe Maroon Man.
Oh shit.
From the 1990s, like the bigger box one. I'm like, yeah, it's like a delay pedal with 1 foot switch. Yeah.
Dang.
like all right, cool. Be this like the same size. Like you can get those now, like the same tones out of those.
Like an
that
MXR enclosure.
MXR enclosure, but it's like a fucking big.
It's like 4 wide.
Yeah, it's like the size of a shoebox. And then the Dan Electro Spring King Reverb has like a kick pad, so you can make it go.
Oh, what?
I don't remember. I think it has springs actually in it. I could be wrong. But it's like, okay, so it's like a reverb pedal that is like even bigger than the Memory Man. It's like big yellow pedal. It's like, why is it so big? I'm guessing that there's actually springs in there. I've never played one, but I've always heard about it. I'm like, I can't tell if it actually does the drip or not.
You should buy one.
I don't know. I can't remember what the pricing were. I think they weren't too bad, maybe in the hundreds. And then wah. I was gonna, obviously you have your crybabies and voxes and stuff like that, but for you, same deal that you said with the Morleys.
Yeah.
One of the big ones. I'm gonna go with the Steve Vai Bad Horsey Wah because it takes up more space than it fucking needs to. Because it has not only the giant like foot pad, as you would for like a Dunlop or whatever, but it has like a floorboard part of it for some reason.
Yeah. It's like they ran into like extra steel when they came with the design. So like, you know what? Sheet metal's at an all-time low. Buy a lot of it.
Yeah, we
got this design. We can't scale it back. This is the Del Rey days. We're at Los Angeles, It's just coming in. We're hot, and then they still make them that same way.
Yeah, and they're like, "Well, it's tradition, it's tradition." People
we got a whole warehouse still full of sheet metal that's chromed and ready to go.
And I was gonna go instead of like a phaser, like smaller. You can always go with like, phase 90 or something like that. But I was gonna go very phase from XR. Because why not have a foot control one for some reason? Make it so big.
Was it the Phase 100?
No,
those are big.
I know, but a very phase bigger. And then I'm gonna go Digitech Whammy. But the biggest one that I saw was the DT Classic, the drop tune one, where it's like twice as big as it needs to be for some reason. I don't know why.
The SC or SX or whatever.
It's called the DT Classic.
Oh,
and so
was it the Demon pedal?
Yeah, the Weeping Demon. That's a good one too. Yeah, that could be a good one for a wah pedal that's like way bigger than it needs to be. I heard they're good. Like that and the Snarling Dogs wah, but they're just so big. It's like, I don't know.
That Weeping Demon, it's like, it looks like something you met. You know when you go to like the shoe store and you measure your foot on that, like that's what it looks like. It's like anodized aluminum.
Yeah,
it's like a tread on
like
it.
it locks your foot into it,
like a torture device.
We're ready to wah.
Let's get you some shoes, kid. You're gonna grow out of them in 3 months.
Yeah. And last but not least, I was gonna do the satellite amp Eradicator, the 2 preamp that they have.
Oh shit!
I remember seeing those. Those are pretty hefty
Pretty
size,
substantial.
Yeah, like you know,
we're not gonna pedal shame,
but
you know,
no, they're
but
big.
It's pretty big. It's a
yeah,
big
and
boy.
you know, a lot of these pedals, like you know, they're pretty big pedals, but they're good sounding pedals. Like I think if he had that, like if you didn't have to carry this board, you'd be like, this is a good, like both of ours, like good sounding.
I mean,
boards.
I missed like any dirt though. I had the fuzz, but I didn't have any like overdrive. You can just put a Klon on there. That's kind of big.
Yeah, those are pretty big. And I'm sure if you hit up,
fine, put 4 of them on there.
I'm sure if you hit up Sean, you know, for another Canalia, he could put one on yours. Your
Yeah.
board.
Cherry Box is kind of a big.
Yeah, those are big ones too.
Yeah.
Actually, I've never seen one in the flesh. You've seen them. They're
I've
pretty
seen
good size.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would put it in the big category.
Yeah, the big pedal category. Throw it on there.
Yeah. Was it? What's another one? Pog? Aren't those big too?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Pog ones are pretty good. So that's pretty good. So if you guys have any other big pedal mentions, maybe we failed to mention any of these, let us know. You know, hit us up with the group or whatever.
Join the group.
Yeah.
You know, I'm selling it right now.
Just join it, would you? Fuck. We're preaching it every fucking week. Just join the group.
It's just Brian and I in there. It's like a text message conversation.
Yeah, but in
public,
but on fucking Facebook,
group.
so that they could track what we're saying.
No, we got
other.
action going on in
Yeah,
there.
it's fucking
We're
happening.
dropping it like it's hot in there.
But yeah. So if you guys have any other suggestions, you know, for the big pedals, let us know.
Hit us up.
All right, I think we got everything out of that one.
Yeah,
I have another one for you, Kyle. So, I have my note here is the guitariest of the guitars. So hold on. So when there's so many different types of guitars of like, you know, Strat, Les
different
Paul,
styles, right?
Yeah. So like when those come to mind, what like pickup configuration, colors, hardware combo comes to mind when you think of certain guitars? So like, you know, Stratocaster, there's so many different types of Strats, right?
Yeah.
There's really cool ones, but it's like, okay, Tom DeLonge Strat, really cool, but that's not your conventional. If you think of a Strat, you're not going to think of that.
Definitely not think of that.
Or like, you know, Telecaster. Like, to me, one that I think is really cool is like a 72 Deluxe Tele. Like the humbuckers, wide range, stuff like that. That's not your standard.
Wrong.
That's not a Tele, right? Like, or it's not what you would come to mind first. You know, there's Jazz Masters, is like, you know, Jim Root or whatever. And even like Les Paul Juniors, like mine has a humbucker.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't,
Not
that's
usually.
not really, you would think P90 with volume tone.
You're ruining it.
So, no, my whole thing is like, what comes to mind with your conventional, not even conventional, like what is the go-to guitar when we talk about these? Let's just hit it up. So for Strat, Kyle, what is your kind of, what comes to mind, like, when you think of a Strat? So Kyle, almost like a Strat. What's in your head?
Red, white. So red body, white pickguard, single coils.
3 single coils. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of neck?
Maple.
Yeah, I can see that. Now,
I guess also rosewood, but you know, mainly maple.
I would go. And you're gonna hate me, like Sunburst with white.
No, I only
white pickguard. And then
I don't hate if
maple
that's
neck.
what comes to your mind. I just hate when you like it.
Yeah,
Idiot.
When I think of a Strat, like that's kind of what I think of. Like,
you
not
think
that
of
it's like not the like yet again
Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of.
Yeah, and then yet again these aren't like your favorite. This
No,
is like,
this is what pops into your head.
Pops in your head. So, and then you know your traditional like you know Strat trim, whatever it's gonna be.
Whatever, it doesn't
6
matter.
or 2, I don't give a fuck. Just no fucking Floyd Roses in this motherfucker.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Or like it has
No
to
locking nuts.
Yeah, it has to have, you know, a Strat movable trim type deal.
Yeah.
What about Telly?
Telly. Butterscotch, black.
Blackguard.
pick guard,
two single coils.
the lipstick, and then the traditional
maple neck.
Maple but vintage.
That
vintage
is
spray.
Exactly what I think too. I'm like, that's a telly,
Jennings has a guitar that looks just like that.
Oh yeah, it looks really similar. The Navigator,
Yeah.
I think he just released that bitch.
Yeah.
Just check it out.
Name drop. Pick it up.
Pick it right back up. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Okay.
All right. Fucking ska boy over here.
Idiot.
So, we agreed on that one. Les Paul. No, this is one.
There's a couple different ones.
No, I don't care.
For me.
Les Paul.
I'm like, if you had a double cutaway, I would think of this bullet.
No. Gold top.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, garbage.
You a hater of the gold tops.
That's what pops into my head.
What are you?
Well, there's two.
Okay. Well, let's go with the gold top. Are you doing humbuckers?
Yeah, two humbuckers.
Covered or uncovered?
Probably covered.
Nice. With or without the pick guard?
With the pick guard.
Mm.
Oh yeah, it's got to have the pick guard.
Yeah, that is not bad. I love those gold tops. Those are sweet.
Fuck you. What? Sorry.
I would do. We'll come back to your next one, but I would do for Les Paul. I would do burst.
Yeah, we don't have to go back to mine now.
I'd do cherry burst.
Cherry burst.
Yeah, and I would do probably
black knobs.
No. I would probably do open cream humbuckers without a pick guard. To me, like that is like the rockin' Les Paul.
Or you're like okay,
but what would you?
Or another one would be just like straight up black with like the cream color binding.
Yeah, pick guard.
So and pick guard,
kind of like mine,
kind of like yours. Yeah, that's like a standard like
that's like yeah.
Oh yeah,
you see Les Paul and like yep, that's cool. That's ready. You could see that in so many different things. It's like rock, punk, kind of like session players playing that type of guitar. Like the black one, because it's there, it's good. It's like it's a Les Paul. When you think of a Les Paul, that's it.
Yeah,
that's cool. But to me, I'm like the sunburst one. I don't know. There's so many really cool ones. There's tobacco burst. There's cherry burst. Like I think some of the honey bursts are cool. But I don't know. A burst Les Paul carved top deal is cool.
Garbage. Yep, you're right.
You
said it.
I think they're really cool. Okay, now this one, P bass.
Ooh.
Now you got to throw this aside, like you have your favorite P bass.
Sunburst with tort and a fucking thumb rest with a bridge cover.
That's really? Or are you trying to be funny?
No, I don't try to be funny, Brian. I am funny.
I am fucking funny. You all should fucking try it sometime.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Really? Okay. Jesus,
yeah.
I thought you were just taking the piss. So but
for me, that's like a standard.
Yeah, I am gonna go. Might be a little boring, but I think black P bass, white pick guard,
yep.
And then maple fretboard, Mexican American. That's kind of your go-to. You see that up there?
Yep,
you're like, yep,
everywhere.
That's doing the job. That is a P bass up there. Now, no denying that.
Now you say that, and that's my pick for jazz bass. Except for the neck, usually it'd go rosewood
neck with
black body and the white. Pick guard.
I guess didn't mention it for P bass, but just standard pickup configuration. You wouldn't do like a humbucker in the bridge or anything like that.
No,
fuck that.
No, it can't be.
You fucking stupid.
Yeah, you following me?
You following me, camera guy? But for jazz bass, I don't know. I mean, fuck. I don't want to be a dickhead, but I want to say a sunburst with tort guard and
same thing. I just
but with like rosewood. So like my
that's funny. We flipped.
Yeah, my go-to for my current jazz bass. Like I see one, I'm like, yeah, that's the one I want.
I get that.
I've seen that. I'm like, I like that. That's it. That's a jazz bass, baby. So we'll switch it up a little bit, more broader here. If somebody says like offset guitar, what comes to your head?
Jazzmaster.
What kind?
White with a with a mint pick guard and white or parchment covers. Yeah. Usually parchment covers.
Yeah. And then
a maple
with
neck
Jazzmaster pickups. Nothing else. You wouldn't do humbuckers or anything?
No. It's gotta be Jazzmaster pickups. Shit. or like a black, everything black.
Would you do a maple rosewood neck
On the black one,
or on the white one?
maple, vintage.
You would do vintage maple neck
It's vintage
or
look.
fretboard.
Yeah,
Yeah. See,
that's where we vary.
I think that
Where the
I
fork
thought
lies in the
I thought you were gonna say my Jazzmaster is the go-to Jazzmaster.
Isn't that what you have on yours?
No, it's a rosewood fretboard. What do you think? I don't know my own fucking guitar?
I know. I'm sad. That doesn't sound familiar to me.
Yeah, no, it's a rosewood fretboard.
Dumb.
Okay,
You don't have to ever play it.
yeah, that's fine. For me, for offset, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I would go Jazzmaster.
Yeah.
I kind of would think like surf green or like a blue or no fucking pink.
Sonic blue or the
Honestly, like the pink one, I think would be really cool with mint guard. Jazzmaster pickups has to have Jazzmaster pickups.
Oh, of course.
Has to have the Jazzmaster trim.
Has to have the jazz circuit that you're never gonna fucking use.
Just like make sure that's there though. And then I would go rosewood fretboard. I don't think I would go maple. I don't like the ones that have maple like are usually the Mexican ones or like the modern player kind of deals and the newer kind of Jazzmasters. They look cool, but I'm like I guess I'm so when I'm thinking of an offset Jazzmaster, it's going to have rosewood fretboard. That's kind of it that I had for the offset.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go to styles.
Mm-hmm.
What comes to mind when you think of like a metal guitar?
I think of like an ESP. So like a black ESP.
Okay, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind?
All of them. And with EMG pickups.
So you're not even going to tell what type of body?
No.
Just
like the Les Paul style.
Okay, so it's like where it's like a little sharper, a little sleeker.
Sharper edges. It has some like tummy cuts. It has like cuts on all the edges and shit.
A little cheaper, shittier looking, but
yeah.
But
all black.
With EMGs.
Black headstock.
All different shades of black. Either flat black, glossy black.
I'm thinking of all of them. I guess another metal guitar. Like if you're thinking like metal, like 80s metal, like an Ibanez.
Okay. So some of those Ibanez are pretty sweet. It's like I've played the ones that are like when I bought my Fractal from the guy, like went to a studio, whatever, and it's like tried out one of his guitars, and like the most conventional one that he had was this like Ibanez that had like it was like the neon yellow with the neon green and pink pickups and stuff like that. I don't think it did, but it had really sharp like cuts on it, and then also like the fret or the neck was so thin, like super thin.
Shreddery.
Yeah, and I was like, I thought like I play thin necks like on my '60s style like Les Pauls and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, these are skinny necks, these are thin compared to like the '50s style like Fenders or Gibsons. I'm like, this thing was like a piece of fucking paper. Like it's like holding cardstock of how thin it is. And I'm like, God damn, that is cool. But I don't think of that for metal. To me, I think of like Jackson, like Randy Rhoads, like it's like their version of the Flying V, where it's all like,
oh yeah, it's offset. It's like has a longer,
yeah. But it's not like super.
Jackson's definitely.
And I'm like that for sure. I'm like, oh fuck, I would not really EMGs, but definitely like uncovered, like DiMarzios or something like that.
Yeah,
be like, yeah, that's your metal guitar right there. White or black with like gold, like it's like super flashy, like.
What about metal bass?
Ugh.
Warwick.
Yeah, that's kind of your go-to. I think
your
everybody
wood
would
tones
like,
or your
like those type of basses for sure. Like where it's like the coffee table style basses.
No, it looks
with
like
all,
a cutting board.
All the woods, yeah,
ingrained cutting board.
Yeah. I think Warwicks or like your Chapman basses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like those are all, and like the Ibanez basses are like the ones that like everybody's like, oh, look, all these woods are really fucking ugly.
No one else wants them. Let's put them on a bass and on an instrument no one wants to play.
Let's fucking show off these things. Real cool. I'm like, oh man, what kind of wood is that? It's Babinga Walla with the like cool.
Paint it.
Never do that
burn
again. Never do it again. Yeah, we're gonna have all these fucking crazy ass woods, and then we're gonna have the stripes down the middle of the 7-piece neck, and then we're gonna put active pickups in it with the preamp, so it doesn't fucking matter what kind of wood is in it. But yeah, that's kind of the metal bass. And then
or a 5-string anything.
Yeah, fieldy style, like I think he played Ibanez. which is like slack. All you hear is like the slapping of the pickups on the neck.
Or like
Corn.
was it another metal, like maybe like a classic rock / metal kind of, like all the guys wear like leather jackets and shit.
Yeah.
Thinking like SG bass.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like full length, it's not the short.
I think Thunderbird.
Oh yeah,
from Gibson, like a black,
fuck.
like murdered out.
Totally forgot about
Thunderbird bass. That's kind of like your metal bass, rocker bass. You're like
black or white, because that's the only fucking colors that come in.
Those are
assholes.
Are pretty sick though. It'd be kind of cool if you played one.
Yeah, I'd paint the shit out of it though.
Yeah, but I had like one more. This one's like super like out there because everybody's like, indie's not a style of music. Indie, like an indie band. What kind of like guitar comes to mind? So I was thinking of like Strokes and stuff like that. The kind of like big
Airline.
garagey, Airline, nice.
Yeah. One of those like weird shape,
white stripey kind of Black Keys.
Yeah,
band. Like they play like nationals and stuff like that. But like
I forget the name of the model, but it's got like it's the rounded bottom, and then it has like the upper horn is like angled, and then it has.
I think those are the Nationals.
Okay, the Nationals. Okay,
where it's like the Rezo glass kind of body.
Yeah, I could totally see someone indie playing that shit.
Yeah, I could see that, or even like the Silhouettes and stuff like that from like what's that Sears brand?
Oh,
Harmony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I get like the Harmony Bobcats and stuff like that. I could totally see that being indie guitars. Garagey kind of too, I guess. To me, I'm like
all black P bass indie.
Yeah, all black.
All black.
What kind of neck?
Whatever the black is, ebony.
I think Rickenbacker.
That's yes. Yeah. Right on the fucking head.
Or fucking violin bass.
Yeah. Fuck that. No, that's like the
douchebag.
That's like the folky shit.
Yeah.
Fuck
boom,
that.
Boom, boom. We're gonna hold one note while the drummer does some like dumb shit with brushes.
Okay. Well, actually, you said one more, but I have one.
You have a couple, don't you?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I do have two.
I was gonna squeeze
one. I was gonna cut it short.
But yeah, give me them both.
All right. PRS for me. I think of seagulls. That's the only thing.
It's got to fucking have birds on it.
It's the only thing I fucking think of. Next. No, seriously.
Something 10 top, something really fucking expensive, and then like with like
something with like a burl that's like you're gonna stain the shit out of it or dye that you can't really even see it anymore.
Yeah, I think the
always dyed woods.
I think they're the McCartys is what I would go when I think of PRS. It's like the one that's like kind of like Les Paul towards the bottom, and then it goes to like more of it has like double cutaway kind of deal.
Yeah,
but
they're all
like
double
offset,
cutaway, but yeah.
No, some of them are Les Paul style.
Yeah, well.
All right, okay.
Not the ones in my head.
Not the ones I care about.
Which is none.
Yeah. Would you do a trem or no trem? I would do hardtail.
I wouldn't do any of them, Brian. This is a PRS. But hardtail. Yes, hardtail.
I would get
Final answer.
I would get it and sell it real quick.
Yeah, burn it. If I only spent like $100.
You wouldn't do the Santana model?
Oh shit, they make one?
Yeah.
Just like the ocean. All
right, forget about it. Now let the reason forget about it.
Good suggestion, Rob Thomas. Let's forget about it. Okay. What about Gretsch?
Ooh.
So like the big body Gretches, what do you think of?
Big, green, Brian Setzer.
He's really
got that.
Small.
He's got that.
Big.
Yeah, I want Brian Setzer hulked out.
We're strutting with the cats here. We're straight.
No, I would do like neon. He has like the neon lime green or whatever Brian Setzer model. The hollow body has a dice. That's what I think of when I think of Gretsch.
He also has an orange one too, right?
Yes, I think those are Brian Setzer's, but I don't know if they're Chet Atkins does that too.
Okay.
I would do the Filtertron pickups too.
Of course.
I would have the
chrome the fuck out like a Cadillac.
I would have the Bigsby, have everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
big, hollow body. I want it fucking big.
Yeah, I think you said green and I said I added orange, but I think of red. I think of fucking like red as fuck, like a 60s red.
And you're thinking of like the big, still like the Chet Atkins type of
Huge.
like a big, like almost like an acoustic.
Like think of like a big guitar. I want this one bigger.
Yeah. You're thinking the biggest guitar? I want a big.
Yeah. I want like 4 inches bigger all around.
Yeah. I would probably, do gold hardware because that's what's the Gretsch. They have gold. Gold, baby.
I want you to measure this in your drum skins that you make.
Yeah.
Your Gretsch drum skins.
Yeah. That's what I think of when I think of Gretsch. I'm like, I want it big. I want the Brian Setzer green one.
Yeah. No, that was my last one, actually. Just the Gretches. I'm sure there's some other brands that we.
Yeah. I mean, there's others, but I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like what comes to mind, almost like, it's like word association. I'm like, when I say dog, you say cat, whatever. So that's cool. Let's end that one out. So I got one more quick one, Kyle, for you.
I'm ready.
Let's do this one, and then we'll head out. With your strings and your picks, they can vary greatly, and you can always change the gauge of your string and change like the thickness of your pick, right? It's like a couple bucks here and there for either way. So now, would you rather play like really thin strings, like 8s or 7s, but you have to play like a 1.5 or bigger, like a 2 or 3 millimeter pick?
Fuck.
Or you can play super thin picks. I think they do like the 30s or 0.3, or 0.50 picks.
It's like paper.
Yeah, where it's like super thin. But you have to play like 13s, like Stevie Ray Vaughan style.
Fuck.
Which would you rather do?
That's tough. Because like, I think we've all been in situations where like, I'm not making any noise with this, or I'm breaking strings.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because, I mean, you had the situation where you played my 1.5 pick and you broke a string. Because you're kind of, going full on with that. And you broke 11s.
Yeah.
So now if you had to do that, but you had to play like 8s or, 7s.
Fucking Christ.
I think 7s are like special ordered to make them that small. But,
fuck. I think probably have to go through like a boutique manufacturer of strings.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's tough.
You want me to go? No, you go first.
I think, okay, I would do heavy strings with light picks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For guitar, right?
Yeah.
For guitar, heavy strings, light picks.
Ugh.
Fuck, that would be so shitty, though.
I hate light picks. I play light picks. I have like maybe like 12 or whatever that I bought, like just like a little pack that I have for an effect. It's like when I play acoustically, or like sometimes when I'll do clean stuff for like overdubs, I'll just do like to where I drag it over all the strings, go bring.
Yeah.
Bring.
And it's still, you can still play. You can't do any chugs.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's like, but the thing is, these are for overdubs in like the studio.
Yeah. Garbage affects you too.
And when I'm playing, live, when I'm playing acoustic, I will do 50s.
Okay.
Because it's almost like a built-in compressor, especially because like you're playing so hard, you don't want to like clip and do that all the time.
You want to dig in too far and have. Because
sometimes you get, when you're strumming and singing, sometimes you get excited and you're like, bam, maybe hit like too hard on the one or whatever. And it's like you don't want to do that. So I do 50s for when I'm strumming, and it works out really, really well. That's a hot tip that I found out. So I would do the light strings, like the 8s or 7s, but with like the heavy, like the 1.5 or up pick.
Really?
I feel like I have a lot more control with the heavier, thicker picks.
That's what everybody thinks, Brian.
Well, because recently, I don't know if I think I've mentioned this. I don't know if I have. I've been playing my Strat with 9s. I've been playing at home with...
You bastard.
You son of a bitch. And I've been playing with like, my 1.5 picks, or like my chicken picks, which is like 3 millimeter. And I like that a lot. I mean, honestly, like it's fun to like just play, like, and I'm doing my, backing tracks on YouTube or whatever, just jamming to those. Yeah, you can bend the fucking shit out of 9s. Like, I play like normally like 11s.
And they only snap 50% of the time.
Luckily, like with the NYXLs, they haven't broken. They're pretty good.
Wow.
A little bit better than
plugging those again?
Yeah. Hopefully they, hook it up. They won't.
They won't.
They don't give a fuck. But no, I mean, NYXLs haven't broken, so I like them. But I'm playing 9s. I'm like, what? I'm like bending the absolute shit out of these things. But I've been doing like, the hybrid set, so where it's like, the 46 to 9s on my Les Paul when I've been playing at home. And I'm like, okay, so they're 9s, like the smaller ones are 9s, and like, they go up to like 46. So those are smaller than what my normal like 52 or 54 set that I normally play when I play live. Because I mean, to me, I'm like, okay, not that I'm trying to like build your hands to be stronger. I'm like, I'm just trying to do different things. Like, what can I do like with my bends and figure out where I'm going? And I'm like, I can play comfortably with these. So I'd rather do that. Like, I'll make my strings a little bit thinner than what I'm doing currently just to get that.
Yeah.
Because like, I feel like where I'm comfortable with my control is my pick. Where I'm uncomfortable with like what I can do is like my fretting hand. Because I'm still figuring out my bends and getting them in tune and stuff like that. And like, oh, maybe do a quarter bend and pinch it off or whatever. Do like a full bend and
you're
trying
pinching off now.
Yeah. Trying to make the string bends work for you. Don't just like, like, oh, I'm just going to bend and just like, hopefully it lands in key, whatever. So that's what I would do. All right. So let's close this bitch out. Let's get it out.
Chin wagging.
Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Tone Jerks podcast.
Thank you so much.
And if you guys like what you hear, you guys can follow along on the social medias. Check us out on Instagram at the Tone Jerks. And we're posting cool shit on the reg. And if you guys want to join in on the fun on the Facebook group, we have a page and it is not as jumping, but we have a Facebook group that's more happening. So search the Tone Jerks and join the Facebook group, and you can like the page if you want, but you're not going to really get anything on there. We had somebody join this week. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, but he's like, what the fuck? Is this really right? You guys have like 7 likes on your page. And I'm like, thanks for calling me out, bro. I'm like, we have a Facebook group. That's where the fun is happening over there. So go do that.
That's pretty good.
And if you guys really like what you hear, you guys can help support the show by becoming a patron on Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can help the show go on. But you double down for $2 a month. You guys get an extra episode every week. Sometimes 2. We got some fun stuff happening. We think it's fun for the holidays that we'll be doing.
We think it's hilarious.
It's fucking hilarious. We are our biggest fans.
Besides our moms.
But we wanted to give you guys a shout out for supporting us. We got a list. It's growing. It's going. Kyle's giving it to me.
Yeah, and I'm reading it.
And he's blowing.
Oh, yeah.
Give it to me. Your face, you're like, Jesus.
All right. We have Co and Paul from the Flippin' Flippers. We have Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Andrew Walsh, Will Lehue, Bruce, Banana, Doug, Chris King Gann.
That's so stupid.
Jamie Davis, Jason Fuzzymongers, Adam Rohr, Jimmy B. Jim Bowers. They're the same person. Johnny Ray. Joseph from Like My Pedals. Leon from Pelican Noise Works. Digger from Fat Foot Effects. Sean Arbo, Gun Street Wiring. We have Kevin Equits from Equits Guitars. Mm-hmm. He's making shit all day. Sean Fahey. Brett Alexander. And then Steve Mike, he's got something new coming up, right?
Steve Mike from Hardly Human. I wanted to give him a shout out. He's got a show. If you're a San Diego or SoCal local, check out his show, Hardly Human, at the Ken Club on this Friday, coming up from when we release this show, Friday the 14th, with a Punch Card and Midnight Block.
Yeah.
So, he's
Rad show.
Really good band, actually. Really good tones, too. So, thank you. Steve, thank you, all the Patreon supporters.
Thank you, everybody.
I think that's all we got. We're just blowing a bunch of hot air. We will see you guys next week. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.